right, we are doing forms of percent. So a good way to think about percent is percents are out of 100. So it says write 90% as a fraction in lowest terms. So we're going to start with writing 90% as a fraction, and then we're going to reduce it. Percents are out of 100. So 90, oh goodness, starting over. 90% written as a fraction is 90 out of 100. Now that's pretty easy. Now I'm going to reduce both 90 and 100 end in 0. That means I can divide them both by 10, so I'm going to do that. Oh, good gravy. Divided by 10. Okay, 90 divided by 10 is 9. 100 divided by 10 is 10. I cannot reduce 9/10 any further. That is my answer. Write 3 out of 8 as a decimal. Easy peasy. Fractions are division. Plug this in a calculator. 3 divided by 8 equals 0.375. Write 17 out of 20 as a decimal. Okay, same thing. Plug it into a calculator. 17 divided by 20 equals 0.85. Write 0.76 as a percent. That 76 is in the hundredths place. As a fraction, this would be 76 out of 100. As a percent, percents are out of 100, so it's 76%. Write 6/25 as a percent. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a decimal, and then I'm going to turn it into a percent because it's just easier for me to go from decimals to percents than fractions to percents. I suppose I can do it both ways. So if I have 6/25, what we can do is we can put this fraction into higher terms. And I could just do like mental math here. So to get from 25 to 100, I would multiply by 4. What I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 6 times 4 is 24, so it would be 24% or 24 out of 100. Or I can go 6 divided by 25. In my calculator, I get 0.24. That 24 is in the hundredths place, 24 out of 100. So I got 24%. Percents are out of 100. Write 12.5% as a decimal. This is not too difficult. 12.5 as a decimal. You might think it's already a decimal, but it's not. What we want to do is move the decimal to the left twice. I get 0.125. Write 0.125 as a fraction reduced to the lowest terms. So you'll notice that this 0.125 is out of the thousandths place. The 1 is in the 10ths place. The 2 is in the hundreds place. The 5 is in the thousandths. So that's why it's in the thousandths place. So as a fraction, I'll write 125 out of 1,000. Now it's in a fraction form. And I will reduce 125 and 1,000. They end in 5 or 0. I know I can reduce them both by 5. I'll divide both the top and the bottom by 5. 125 divided by 5 is 25. 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. Again, they both end in 5 or 0. I'll divide by 5 again. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 200 divided by 5 is 40. End in 5 or 0, divide by 5 again. I'll write it out this time, got a little more space. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So my fraction reduces to 1/8, or 1/8, or 1 divided by 8. Okay, on to the next lesson.